Yo, what is going on, guys? Grant the Go here, back with another video. And in today's video, guys, I am showing you a few of my tips and tricks on how to get better at editing, how I personally practice editing, and overall how I edit. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. If you guys want some of these tips and tricks, make sure you guys stick around for the video. So, like I said in my upload yesterday, which is Friday, this is pre-recorded on Thursday night, but I will be uploading these during the weekend. I will not be streaming it all this weekend. On Monday, it will be normal, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, but I will be gone this whole entire weekend, so I won't be streaming whatsoever, but I will be uploading these videos. So, yeah, just smash the like right now, guys, and get ready for this video. Alright, guys, so below my face cam, you guys can see a little hand cam, so you guys can see how I'm actually controlling it when I do edit. So that's kind of the part where you guys can see how I personally edit, but I'm going to explain some of my tips right here. So I'm going to start off with pretty much my most important, most useful tip for editing is, if you guys don't already, this is default selected after the update, but now since you can select what screens you want the controls on, this was the default selection where the editing button was combat off. So if it's red, you want to make sure it's on green. So you want to have it visible on every single mode. So if you're on building, if you're on editing, if you're on combat, you can see it. So basically, this is helpful because when you go ahead and you're in combat, so let me grab a gun here. So if I were to grab a shotgun right here, and I'm going to go ahead and have my editing not working, so I'm going to select editing off I'm going to select combat editing off. So if I had it like this, obviously it wouldn't show up. So what I have to do is activate my building mode to actually edit. So if this is my wall, obviously I can't edit here and have my shotgun out. What I'm going to have to do is pull out this, and it's just going to take longer. If I go like this, it's going to take longer to basically do that method. And that's why it's very useful to make sure this right here is visible on combat. So once you have this, you guys can see here that it's a lot easier to edit with this, having it on combat mode and pulling out your shotgun or any other weapon you're using. So if you go like this, it's just a lot easier. Overall, it's just quicker and everything like that. It's just so much easier to do this and have it ready to go like so. So if you're like this and you have the pump out, boom, you can easily get that kill off rather than not having that selected, and you'd have to basically go through the building mode first before you start editing. But it's a lot easier to just go like this and edit like that. So my next tip is something that I personally use. Like, this is something that's helped me out a lot. So before, I had my editing on the other side of the screen, so that would be near like my face cam and near my crouch button over here. I used to have my editing over here. What my tip is use the same finger for your editing. So if you're activating your editing and you're placing, I want you guys to try out using your same finger as you are to activate editing and click the editing like tool. So if you go like this and use the same thumb, as you guys can see down here, I'm going to use the same thumb and just activate editing and then close it out. So it's using the same thumb or same finger the whole time rather than switching through them, because it just makes it a lot more complex and it's harder for you personally because you want to be able to use that combat when you're editing. You want to be able, if you're in a build battle or something and you need that combat, you're gonna want to have that, and you're gonna want to have your shotgun pulled out. So that's why it's a lot better to actually use the finger that you already used to activate the editing button. So that is my number 2 tip right there. So my number 3 tip is basically just practicing, man. Alright, so now that I mentioned practicing, I'm going to give you a few scenarios to practice your editing right here. So one of the scenarios that I always use in my stream sometimes when I'm in Playground is boxing myself in like this and having a pyramid and a roof above me, or a roof and a ceiling above me. So with this is obviously a situation where you're getting pinched by other people and you want to get out quick to be able to counter them in case they don't notice you or something like that, or they don't notice this box whatsoever. Or if they're spraying it down and you're placing, you want to be able to edit this quick out so you can once again counter them. So basically with this, what I like to do is practice just constantly going like this, and then I can rebuild. So that's what I do. I reset them, and then yeah, so after resetting them, I just practice like this and make sure I can open it and everything like that. So once you get that down, one of the tougher parts of this is basically being able to build out of this. So if you go like this and you're able to build out of it, it's very good to honestly be able to build out of stuff like that in a scenario. Just like that. So that's one scenario right there. Another scenario I like to use, I'll use this box as an example. If you're trapping yourself in here and you have nothing like these ends over here are just rock, you can't break into that, you're going to want to have to be able to edit through this. So if someone ever is shooting at you, you obviously are going to be rebuilding. If they ever end up stopping or they're reloading, something that is going to be very important to your gameplay, because this does tend to happen a lot, what you're going to want to do is be able to edit out of this and go. So my second to last way I practice, so this is not a scenario, basically what you're going to want to do is just a simple tower like this. So just like this, you're going to set up a tower like so. So when you're in a build battle, obviously what's going to happen is you're going to be stuck probably in a box, or if you're still building up like this and you need to edit down, what you're going to want to do is practice like this. So with practicing this, you are allowing yourself to get down and get out of the area as fast as possible. So now with this is very useful to have the first tip with your edit button visible. So the reason why that is important is because whenever you go into building mode, you have to have whichever building type selected to edit that. So when you're on combat mode, you can edit any building, so I can edit the floor without even having to choose and just go straight through it. So my final tip is set up just one of these build trials. So it's basically just a way for you to be able to edit through a bunch of different stuff. So what you're going to want to do is set up a lot of things to edit through: floors, roofs, everything like that. So we're going to set a roof right here, and what you're going to want to do is just set up stuff like this and be able to run through it and go ahead and just keep going and stuff like that. So just simple things like this that you can help your editing, and just practice through these like so. So that right there is going to conclude my editing tips for you. If I do have any more tips, I'm definitely going to make updated tutorials. Today was just consisted of a lot of scenarios and just honestly ways you can practice. And personally, one of the most important tips is to keep that editing mode on combat, as well as everything else. It'll help you out a lot if you don't have it already. But if you do have it already, just use some of the scenarios, use some of the practicing tips that I gave you, and trust me, it'll help you out a lot. It helped me out a lot. Way before, when I had the same HUD, I was way worse than this, but I got a lot better over time, and I still have some stuff to improve on, but I definitely have improved. So, yeah, that's it for this one. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.